everybody. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Elijah here, sitting in a parking lot, just thinking about life. I'm going to give people a second to get online here, and I want to talk to you just for a minute about a post that I wrote, or the same subject. If this phone drops, if the thing goes crazy like that, it's not because California has an earthquake. It's because I've got it delicately balanced where it is right now, and it may not work very well. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having an awesome day. I always say to my kids before they get out, I'm praying for you to have the best day you've ever had, but not the best day you'll ever have. There's going to be even better than this to come, and that's what I wish for you today. I want to talk to everyone just for a moment about something I posted a little earlier online, and that is that we are all like puzzle pieces. That's what we are. So think of the earth as the kind of the table that has that hosts a bunch of different puzzle pieces, like all the pieces of a big puzzle. I don't know about you, but I've done puzzles before, and in those puzzles, let me adjust this real quick. In those puzzles, what I have found is that, like, if you get a 300 piece puzzle, then you can see on the 300 piece puzzle, each little piece has a little bitty image on there. Like, on the cover of the box, it shows you what the picture is. Like if it's kitty cats, if it's a scenery, if it's a lake and an ocean front or whatever it is. But each piece has a little bitty part of that image on the actual puzzle. And then as you put those things in place, then it starts to create this bigger understanding of the overall image. Now, every individual piece, you start to look at those, and it's like, man, I don't see how this thing is part of a bigger picture, because it's just a little bit. And what we are is we are those individual pieces. We are those little bitty pieces that each have a unique shape to them. We each fit in a unique way to another unique shape, and the image that's on us is it connects with the image on somebody else and on other things in life. And ultimately, if everything is starting to be put in the right place, then things will start to click together, and the overall big picture can be seen. That's how our lives operate. Our lives are meant to be these puzzle pieces that over time, if we position ourselves and let the true image that is supposed to be on us come out, and not try to change the image. See, that's what I was meaning by the message this morning in the status update, is that we spend so much time trying to become like the people we admire. And there's nothing wrong overall, like with the thought of that, of like, well, I admire this person, so I want to be like them. And then what happens is that those people are in our lives most of the time, so that way we can learn certain things from them. But there are certain things we're not supposed to take on that they carry with them, because they are their own puzzle piece. They're their own part of that big picture. And what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to glean from them. We're supposed to learn from them. We're supposed to add the character values that we need to grow in from their life. But we're not supposed to be just like them. And what you see is clones after clones after clones after clones over time, of like, well, this person's the popular person. This person's the happening, if you're in a church world, the happening pastor, the happening church. And so we're going to go to their conference, and we're going to learn how they do it. I've seen it in comedy. You see comedians get up, and you can tell almost immediately, the younger a comedian is, immediately who their influences are, who they like, because what they're doing and what we're doing, even in the church world, in the comedy world, in the communication world, in everything, really in every area of life, what we're doing is we're doing an imitation, our impression of what it is that we see in them that we like. And so if someone does a big kind of thing, we start to behave after those and those mannerisms. The problem with that is that they already exist. and you are supposed to exist to bring something different to the table. Your piece of the puzzle, it establishes its own presence, its own thing, its own unique thing, and then the other people that are supposed to connect around you, they'll never feel connected if you don't play your part. So it's not just about you, it's about all of us. If I don't play my part, then it will not allow others to connect in the way that they're supposed to connect, because perhaps the big picture is supposed to be because they were connected to me and I helped to further along what they are to project in this world. And the problem is, what we do is we get so caught up in being enamored with other people and how they do things and the goodness of them, that we miss the point that there's supposed to be something about us that's unique. And we all say that we didn't. We all say that, oh yeah, no, I get that. We don't ever want to admit that we're trying to be like other people. But the truth is, we all suffer from this. We all suffer from wanting to be liked, especially in this generation. We want people to like our posts. We want people to appreciate who we are, appreciate what we do. And until we really let go of what others think about us, we just won't walk in the value and in the confidence that we're supposed to, because we're sitting around. We're sitting around worried about if this is going to be what other people like. And maybe it needs to be just the way that you do it. You know, I'm so glad and thankful for different expressions, for different ways that people... I love that people sing love songs, but in different ways. Not every love song is the same ballad. Some people use different chord structures. Some people use different wording. Some people use it... And we sing those other ones because we appreciate it, but isn't it great when someone writes their own? You know what I'm saying? And so what we're supposed to be doing is writing our own lyrics. We're supposed to, sure, go by the foundational laws of music and of the sound, and we're supposed to follow those structures, character structures in our life, the way we're supposed to be, the way we're supposed to operate. That's what we're supposed to learn from the people we look up to. But when it comes to our own personal flavor, our personal delivery, our personal style, that's where we are allowed and should celebrate being who we really are. I spent years and years and years really trying to be somebody, trying to cause people to appreciate me because I talked so much like this person, or reminded them of this kind of thing. And in ministry, you can tell what flavor or tribe that I come from because of this language. I came to a point in my life where I realized that none of that matters. It really doesn't matter, because you know who's not impressed with any of that, especially like in the Christian circle? God's not impressed with any of it. He's not. And if this is about pleasing everybody else, then man, I think we're missing the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only people that I should be trying to connect to and really like draw, if I am a Christian and I carry a Christian message, are those who actually don't even follow Christ, because everyone else that does, they're already going to heaven according to our doctrine. And so what am I spending my time trying to impress those people for? I need to be a connection to maybe people who don't know him, or who and I need to speak a different language. And I'm not saying that we're wrong for speaking the language that we speak, because we're all brought up in different cultures. We're all brought up in different scenarios and in different in different environments, and that causes us to have the language that we have. And there's nothing wrong with that until we demand that everyone like us when we speak that language. Everyone wants to be right. That's what I found. Is everyone thinks they're right. And the truth is, everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong, including you. Yes, including you. You're wrong about something. 5 years ago, you thought and you were determined you were right about the things that you thought. And I bet you within that 5 years, there's been at least one thing that you realize, I guess I didn't know everything about the subject I was so right about. And that's how we are. We fight for the right to be right, and we're just not right all the time. And so what we have to do is we have to be appreciative of who we are. So we start to identify, who am I? Who really am I? I know for me personally, I'm a Christian, and that means I follow a certain belief system. Within that belief system, so there's different thoughts in that belief system. In the evangelical Christian world alone, there's over 15,000 different beliefs inside that. So So there's all kinds of different stuff going on. But I need to find where I fit. I need to find who I am. Like I said before, I spent years trying to be appreciated for being the real me when I wasn't being the real me. And it wasn't until I got to the point where I was like, none of that matters. None of it matters. Life is short. Listen, life is too short to be messing around with stuff that just doesn't matter, with temporal things. And so I just said, you know what? I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be me. And those who like me, rock on. I hope that I add to their life. I hope they don't try to imitate me every detail of my life, because definitely there's things that you do not need to incorporate about my life into your life. But the personal issues and the things like that, the personal flavors and stuff, you need to find what you are, who you are. Romans 12:2 says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed, change. You've seen the movie Transformers. Change by the renewing of your mind, by the way that you think, so you can prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. If you want to prove out what God's perfect will is for your life, it's going to take a lot of transforming in this. And so what we have to do is we have to say, where is it that I need to transform? And one of the big areas is we need to realize that even our leaders are not perfect. Even our leaders are not, we're not supposed to incorporate everything about their life to our life, because even if they were perfect, it's still their piece of the puzzle. You have your own piece of the puzzle, and until you fit into the, until you celebrate who you are and really learn who you are and celebrate the imagery that's on you, then you'll never be able to feel like you fit, and you'll always be trying to carve yourself into a different shape so you fit where they fit. But the problem with that is at the end of that, there's already a place for them, and there will be no place for you, because you're no longer in the shape, you're no longer in the condition, you've covered the true image of yourself, and you no longer fit where you used to be created to fit. And so be really, really cautious of changing who you are. Add to who you are, but don't change who you are. Don't change who you are. Develop in who you are, but don't change who you are. You celebrate being you. And when people don't understand, believe me, I was raised the majority of my life in Little Rock, Arkansas, which I love Arkansas. I love the South. I was raised there. But I can tell you, man, there's a lot of times when I just did not fit the mold. I remember the big thing about wearing earrings back then. That was the 80s, and I had both ears pierced at 12 years old. And the big thing is, if you had your right ear pierced, that means you were gay. Well, I've always liked the ladies. I've never been gay, but apparently because in order to fit in with theirs, I could not have this ear pierced, which is just ridiculous. And so for me to operate based off what everyone else's opinions are is just to hold myself down. Now, earrings are just decorations. I can be whoever I am supposed to be without decorations. Believe me, it's not about earrings. It's not about tattoos. It's not about any of that. But it is about celebrating the flavor that you bring to this world. And there's a certain flavor that you bring to this world. And some people are going to like it. Some people are not going to like it. And that's okay. It's okay to not like you. It's okay not to like me. It's okay, because there's other flavors, and that's their thing. But you need to like you. You need to appreciate you. You need to appreciate. If you want to wear the 2 earrings, wear it. If you want to wear a nose ring, wear it. If you want to grow long Pentecostal hair because you feel like that is the way to go, then you do it. Rock on. Be you. Have fun with being you. Celebrate it. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate the place in the puzzle that you've been given, even if it's not the prettiest in your mind, even if it's not the best position in your mind. It doesn't matter. You're in on the whole puzzle. You're a really important piece. And so don't let other people carve you into who they think you should be. Don't carve yourself into who other people are. You be you. I know those are very surface level thoughts, but man, it's usually those surface level thoughts that we need to apply so we can have a better life. You guys have a great day. Hey, have the best day you've ever had, but not the best day you'll ever have. Rock on. Love you guys. Bye.